So we all know the story of how Peter Parker gets his powers. A spider bites him, and there we go. Now, of course, Spider-Man No Way Home recently revealed that OSCORP does not exist. And now many people are wondering, well, where exactly did the spider come from? So many of you ask me to talk about this, if there's a possible working theory, if people have come up with anything, if there's anything in the MCU that hints towards where this spider is from. How did it get genetically engineered and we never heard of it? Who did it? Was it Stark possibly? Like, what's going on here since Oscorp doesn't exist in the MCU? And well, the short answer is we don't have an answer and there's nothing to go by. Because besides the one line really in Spider-Man Homecoming, we haven't really had anything more that takes us back to that. Now, here's where things get interesting, and I think we will get some answers. The upcoming Spider-Man Disney Plus series that's going to focus on, well, the early outings for Spider-Man and that freshman year of his life, where he did become Spider-Man. I think there, they can flesh out the details and explain to us where exactly the spider came from, how he got bitten and where, and of course, how his powers first manifested, how he found out. I think that's where you do it. But herein lies the problem. It still can't be Oscorp. So what do you have? Now, there's a couple of possibilities out there that they could play with. There's some radically different things they could do. There's some completely insane things they could do, like not touch upon that at all and just say, yeah, I got bit by a spider, I'm Spider-Man now, here's my freshman year. Which I think, again, brings up many problems and questions. And maybe they avoided that specific thing because it's going to play into a story sometime down the road that we just haven't seen. I mean, for all we know, there could be Alchemax, and we just haven't heard of them. And he interned there when he was a freshman, got bit, and there you go. Right? Like, we don't know. But I think the intrigue and the mystery surrounding it is only important to us, right? Like, I've talked to so many people who have been like, oh, I like this and I like that, and I can't wait to see more of this, and I hope they do that. Not once has anybody brought up where the spider came from. Like, they're just, yeah, he gets bit by a spider, who cares? And I honestly think that's the best way to approach it. Just leave it a mystery. And if you're gonna explain it, make sure the payoff is good. Make sure it makes sense. And if it is one of those things where, let's say they reveal that it was some sort of Stark lab or Stark tech, Stark engineered the spider that did it, then we have more problems, and I would dare say a giant plot hole in the MCU. Because you're going to tell me he went to a Stark school or lab or something, got bit by a spider, and never once was like, maybe I should ask this Mr. Stark guy who has all this money and all these powers if I have powers because of him. And you think he would connect the dots if they were experimenting on spiders, right? So you guys see what I'm saying? So I think we just gotta wait and see. But ultimately, I think an answer could be more disappointing than any possible theory.